All right, what's going on? Welcome to Blockchain Tech and Finance with me, your host KinToshi. If you're on the YouTube side, please do subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. This is no longer Blockchain Tech and Finance news. We're going to drop news from it. We're still reading the news. I'm still going to go through the news. But on the titling, I'm just going to drop the word news. It's going to be Blockchain Tech and Finance. I guess there's probably, with regards to maybe a sentiment, people are just like, well, F the news. So if we just drop the news, we can just talk about the news. And it doesn't have to be regarded as the news. All right, let's go. I'm going to go right on to Market Watch on a US Dow. We have, am I US Dow? Yeah. US Dow down, closed up for the day. Down 1.55%. S&P 500 down 2.5%. NASDAQ down 3.36%. The VIX up 0.19%. Gold is down 0.68%. The oil is down 0.62%. In the Europe markets, we have the FTSE 100 down 0.58%. The DAX down 0.61%. The CAC 40 down 0.81%. The FTSE MIB is up 0.03%. The IBEX 35 is down 0.38%. And Stock 600 is down 0.29%. The Asia markets, Asia Dow is up 1.10%. The Nikkei 225 is down 0.06%. Hang Seng up 2.41%. The Shanghai is 1.15% up in the green. Sensex is down 0.35%. Singapore up 0.34%. In the Forex, we have the let's see, we got the euro up 0.02%. The yen down 0.04%. The pound is down 0.02%. The Australia dollar is up 0.02%. The DXY index is up 0.57%. The WSJ IDX is down 0.02%. In the rates markets, we have the US 10-year up 0.0587 points. Germany 10-year is up 0.0067. Italy 10-year is up 0.0461. Spain 10-year is up 0.019. UK 10-year is up down 0.0654. Japan 10-year is down 0.0052. In the futures market, we got the DGIF. Everything's in the red. Down 0.07%. S&P futures down 0.13%. NASDAQ futures down 0.15%. Gold is down 0.67%. Silver is down 1.83%. And crude oil is down 0.59% for the futures there. In the cryptocurrency markets, we have Bitcoin down 0.32% at $20,127 per BTC. Ethereum and USD is $1,515.45 per ETH is up 0.13%. XRP is down 0.43%. Bitcoin Cash is up XRP is up 0.43%. Bitcoin Cash is up 0.11%. Litecoin is up 0.74%, and Monero is up 0.45%. Let's go right on into the news. Also, if you're in the chat, you can throw your chat comments in there, and I'll respond to them. What you think is important in the news, and throw it out there. What you find is cool and noteworthy that you found, and we'll talk about it. Let's go right into the first piece of news. I got a whole stream of news, but I'm just going to kind of read through in quickness and briefs and go through the important parts of these articles and close out the stream for the day. I'll find new news in the morning to read through. Crypto winter only going to get worse. Co-founder of Tezos Blockchain says. This is from Jenny Reed, writer for CNBC. The key points here is Kathleen Breitman told CNBC's Karen Tissot that easy money from venture capitalists, profit seeking, and low interest rates had artificially inflated the valuations of many crypto firms. Even if the Fed pauses rate hikes next year, only the small minority of crypto applications that are truly useful and can organically grow users will thrive, she said. The ongoing crypto winter is only going to get worse as the industry recalibrates to a higher interest rate world, according to the co-founder of blockchain platform Tezos. Asked about the fall in price of many crypto assets this year, Kathleen Breitman said a lot of this was inflated on cheap money, and a lot of this was backed by basically like VCs trying to pump. There was a lot of easy money going into the system, and I think it was artificially stoking a number of different things, mainly valuations of these companies. She told CNBC's Karen Tissot Wednesday at the Web Summit conference in Lisbon, Portugal. Breitman cited NFT marketplace OpenSea, where trading volume plunged from $2.9 billion in September 2021 to $349 million in September 2022, according to the data of Dune Analytics. Clearly, there's a phenomenon that has kind of crested and gone away in a lot of these markets, but meanwhile, they're saddled with a $13 billion valuation, Breitman said. So I think there's a lot of cheap money that went in. Valuations went super sky high, and you had people scrambling to make those valuations justified in some form, usually through cheap tactics like yield farming. And now that easy money's gone, all that's left is we're getting communities. I hope, she continued. On whether the pause in Federal Reserve rate hikes that economists expect next year could see crypto markets rally, Breitman said that there would still be a shift in crypto and tech valuations being based on anticipatory benefits to actual user growth, and without the ability to keep using cheap tactics to get easy come, easy go users on the door, crypto hasn't been evaluated by that metric, and neither has technology in the last 10 years. So that we've had low interest rates, Breitman told CNBC. It remains to be seen, but basically I think what you'll find is the things that are going to be things that are useful are going to thrive, but that the small minority of crypto applications, whether people want to admit it, but that's the small minority of crypto applications, whether people want to admit it or not. All right, so basically, Tezos blockchain Breitman co-founded is a smart contract platform like the better known Ethereum, but that also allows token holders to vote on changes to the platform before they are enacted every few months. Also, it's very popular in Europe and different parts of the Middle East for Tezos. Yeah, some industry figures, Anton Treasure. Yeah, okay, so that's the point of this, basically. Crypto winter only going to get worse, co-founder of Tezos blockchain says, based on cheap money in the industry. And yeah, we saw it. A lot of people have left. And see ya, there's the door. You're always welcome to come back in. Kramer's lightning round. Riot blockchain is not a buy. Crystal Herr, writer for CNBC. The key points here is that it's time again. Mad Money host Jim Cramer rings the lightning round bell, which means he's giving answers to callers' stock questions at rapid speed. Let's see. We got Southwestern Energy. Palantir. If it can get to $10, then I would skedaddle. I hate to recommend it all the way down here because it's near the bottom. Southwestern Energy Co. SWN. The stock is too cheap. I wish my charitable trust owns it. Black Knight Inc. BKI. The government is so fickle. Hesitate to recommend any arbitrage situation. Match Group at $43. Really, I'm not going to recommend a sale of that thing. And then Riot Blockchain. I'm not recommending any companies that are that are losing money. Manchester United. It's not making money. I have no catalyst, and when I have no catalyst, I just don't know how to recommend. All right, that's ringing the round bell. The lightning round bell. Brief. This next article is from CoinDesk. Indian finance minister says crypto regulation is a working priority for its G20 presidency next month. The country will host next year's G20 summit and thus help shape the agenda. This is from writer Amitav Singh. Indian finance minister Nirmala. You know what? I'm going to turn my light down a little bit here. There we go. It's way too bright at this time of day. Indian finance minister, yeah, okay. This is from Amitav Singh, writer for CoinDesk. This little some duster, something flying around. Indian finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Let's just say Nirmala, okay? Said how to regulate crypto assets should be an international priority and will be a big topic of discussion at a summit that will be held next month to kick off India's year-long stint of holding the presidency. Of the group of 20 nations, India will host the annual G20 summit next year. Nirmala made her remarks Tuesday at an annual event hosted by the Indian Council for Research on International Economic Regulations. She said India needs to encourage international groups such as the International Monetary Fund, Financial Stability Board, and the Organization of Economic Cooperation to help form crypto regulations with all countries being on board. No one single country can let's pause this. No one single country can succeed in individually being in a silo trying to regulate the crypto assets, she said. Sitharaman said India hasn't set crypto specific legislation yet because we need to have all the members of the G20 first of all to come on board to see how best it can be done. At the same conference, V. Anatha, India's chief economic advisor, echoed the Sitharam's comments, saying that identifying consensus-based solutions for accelerating the scale and scope of the responses of the global community to many transboundary challenges such as regulation of virtual assets will be a priority of India's G20 presidency. Let's see, regulating crypto as an asset is in a national interest because you don't know what the trail leads to. Is it drug funding? Is it terror funding? Or is it just gaming the system? And so on, she said. Showcasing India's digital revolution will be another priority during the G20 presidency, and that involves the nation's central bank digital currency, which the RBI started to test on Tuesday. So, Indian Finance Minister says crypto regulation should be an international priority at the G20 specifically. This next article is in the policy sector of CoinDesk. Still more cryptocurrency news here, so shifting over from some blockchain news over to cryptocurrency news. This is from writer Cheyenne Ligon for CoinDesk. The trend is even stronger with youth and diverse investors. Fears over inflation in the struggling economy has translated into a growing interest in crypto for a quarter of voters surveyed in a new poll commissioned by crypto asset management firm Grayscale. Among young and diverse voters, economic woes were even more likely to peak in interest in cryptocurrencies. Nearly 40% of voters around under the age of 45 reported being more interested in crypto in the current economic climate compared to only 15% of those 45 or older. Approximately 1/3 of Black and Latino voters told pollsters they were more crypto curious because of the economy, while only 20% of white voters polled said the same. Over half of voters surveyed who did not already own crypto said they were waiting until the economy improves before investing. Poll results also indicate that the young and diverse voters aren't just more likely to be interested in crypto, they're also more likely to own it already. Roughly 1/3 of Black, 30% Latino, 32%, and young voters under the age of 45, 33% already own cryptocurrencies. U.S. midterm elections are around the corner, and current and crypto-friendly candidates and many of the crypto companies that support them are working overtime to win over voters, but poll results have so far been mixed about whether crypto investors are likely to vote in line with their wallets. Of the 2,000 voters surveyed by Grayscale, which like CoinDesk is owned by Digital Currency Group, 37% said they would factor candidacy policy positions on crypto before casting a vote. However, another poll released last week by the Crypto Council for Innovation revealed that crypto is unlikely to be a deciding factor for the majority of voters, with only 6% of all respondents describing themselves as much more likely to vote for a politician who supports crypto. Regulation dreams, though it remains to be seen whether crypto ownership will translate into votes for crypto-friendly candidates during the midterm elections. The overwhelming majority of voters surveyed in Grayscale's poll indicated that they want more crypto-savvy politicians in office and that they want those politicians to establish a clear regulatory framework for the crypto industry. Over 80% of Democrats surveyed and 77% of oh my goodness, I'm going to take a drink of water. I can't speak anymore. Over 80% of Democrats surveyed and 77% of Republicans want clear regulation on crypto, both for the industry and for investors. 3/4 of respondents told pollsters they don't understand the current crypto regulations, and 57% said they'd be more interested in investing in cryptocurrencies if regulations were clearer. The findings of the survey are in line with other polls, which have found that a majority of U.S. voters, including many crypto holders, want the industry to be more regulated. However, Grayscale's poll revealed that while voters want more regulation, they don't want the industry to be regulated out of existence. Over 80% of both Republicans and Democrats agreed that they want the government to take a consumer-first approach to regulation, allowing individual investors to make their own decisions about how to invest in the crypto markets. That's that article there from Cointelegraph. And a quarter of Americans says inflation, economy woes, and sparking interest. Economy woes sparking interest in crypto. A poll finds. Let's keep going. This next article is from Cointelegraph. MoneyGram to enable users to buy and sell and hold cryptocurrency via a mobile app. Did I miss a piece of? I think I missed a piece of news here. Wait a second here. I did. Oh wait, no, I didn't. No, we're right on task. Here we go. MoneyGram. I just kind of skipped from. Oh no, we're still in crypto. Sorry, that was an NFT. MoneyGram to enable users to buy, sell, and hold cryptocurrency via a mobile app. According to the company, users within a select regions can now trade and store Bitcoin, BTC, Ethereum, ETH, and Litecoin. Global digital peer-to-peer payments company MoneyGram announced on November 1st that users in nearly all U.S. states in the 3rd District of Columbia can buy, sell, and hold cryptocurrencies, specifically Bitcoin, Ether, and Litecoin via its MoneyGram mobile app. The digital payments company said that it plans to add more digital currencies in the app in 2023 as global regulations allow. Alex Holmes, chairman and CEO of MoneyGram, stated, as consumer interest in digital currencies continues to accelerate, we are uniquely positioned to meet that demand and bridge the gap between blockchain and traditional finance services thanks to our global network, leading compliance solutions, and strong culture of fintech innovation. The rollout of this latest crypto-related initiative is a part of the company's vision to increase adoption by bringing the real-world cryptocurrency and blockchain use cases to life. MoneyGram shared that this crypto addition to its app was made possible through its partnership with licensed crypto exchange and API-driven crypto as a service provider CoinMe. Despite being in a bear market with no clear end in sight, some companies appear to be laying the foundations to expand into the crypto world. On October 25th, Cointelegraph reported that Western Union filed 3 trademarks that covered managing digital wallets, exchanging digital assets and commodities, derivatives, issuing tokens of value, and brokerage and issuance services. Also in October, the mobile payment processing app Cash App added support for transactions via the Bitcoin Lightning Network. The new feature is set to allow Cash App users to send and receive Bitcoin on the faster, more efficient Layer 2 protocol, the Bitcoin Lightning. That's cool. Nice. There we go. LBTC, the Lightning Network being used. That's what I want to see. Bridging Bitcoin over into Lightning Network and using it for faster and cheaper transactions, bridging it back into the main chain. MoneyGram to enable users to buy, sell, and hold cryptocurrency via mobile app. And the Lightning Network, interconnected with the Liquid Network, has Bitcoin smart contracts and gaming. All right, so let's go on to the next piece of news here. If I can find it. Here we go. We're going to shift over into NFT news from cryptocurrency news. So we did some blockchain news, crypto news. We're going to go into, that's not what we want to do. That's Skyweaver news right there. Here we go. NFT news. Instagram is officially an NFT marketplace. I'm gonna close one thing down a little bit over this way. Okay, I had to dim some monitor screen on the brightness. Offload the CPU, GPU, and stuff like that. Instagram is officially an NFT marketplace. The alpha Meta has started to roll out features that let creators sell NFTs on Instagram, according to information shared with NFT Now. So this is part of the alpha. Notations to kickstart. This is from writer Jex Exmundo for NFT Now. To kickstart this process, Instagram has made its new features available to a select group of creators on its platform. More creators will be onboarded in the coming weeks. The initial round of selected creators include Amber, Victoria, Dave Krugerman, Refik Anadol, Isaac Drift. Some people here. Yep, right, cool. Meta spokesperson Christine Pai told NFT Now that when digital collectibles are purchased on Instagram, neither the creator nor the collector will need to pay any gas fees. However, she stated that this would be true at launch, indicating that this may eventually change. Meta's NFT journey. Since Facebook changed its company name to Meta in late 2021, much of the tech giant's efforts have been centered on expanding its reach into the growing Web3 landscape. One significant initiative Meta undertook over the course of 2022 was integrating NFTs into its social platforms, Facebook and Instagram. As early as January of this year, there was buzz that Meta wanted to let its users create, display, and of course sell NFTs on its market-leading platforms. But before Meta officially launched its NFT efforts, it had to address a significant issue related to NFT-related content that violated its terms of use. Specifically, Meta started the year by banning the spurious NFT Instagram account backed by Mark Cuban. The account inundated its nearly 2 million followers with posts about questionable NFT projects. Ultimately, NFT was banned because it posted sponsored content about NFT projects without disclosing that the posts were paid for a violation of Instagram's terms of use and FCC guidelines. Several months later, in March 2022, Mark Zuckerberg announced that he intended to turn Instagram into an NFT marketplace. However, he didn't reveal any specifics at the time. Finally, in a May update into Instagram, Meta started testing its NFT features. Specifically, it gave select users the ability to share the NFT they created or collected on their profiles and in followers' feeds. Similar functionality is coming to Facebook soon, along with augmented reality NFTs on Instagram stories via Spark AR, so you can place digital art into physical spaces, he said in the official announcement. In June 2022, Meta unveiled its entire NFT roadmap, and shortly after, in August of 2022, the company rolled out NFT features out to users in 100 countries all over the world. However, the platform's core NFT functionalities had yet to be added, namely the ability for users to buy, sell, and trade NFTs with one another through Facebook and Instagram. Based on today's revelation, that's set to finally change. With this round of public testing, select creators will be able to sell and trade NFTs with their audiences on Instagram. An Instagram creator responds. Dave Krugman is one of the creators who was selected to test Instagram's NFT marketplace features. In an interview with NFT Now, Krugman said that he's excited about these new tools as they will let him and his community share in the value they create. In the age of interconnected creative communities, the name of the game is incentive alignment. If the things that benefit my audience also benefit me, we are able to create a social symbiosis, Krugman said. He continued by explaining that NFTs create a financial tie between a creator and collector that aligns their priorities. When someone owns a digital asset that I created, the value of the asset is tied to my own creative success. Thus, our incentives are aligned at a deep level to share a common goal, and that creates a healthier connection between the community and the creator, he said. Krugman also noted that these features could help him better reach specific subsets of his community. Digital collectibles allow me to create niche communities with my larger community, macroeconomies that help to fund and power my creative craft. And more support I get, the more support I get, the further I can push my ideas, and further I push them, the more support I get. It's a virtuous cycle, he explained. We're going to close this out. We're going to go into what's next. In a bid to ensure this process is as seamless as possible for everyone, Meta has promised that NFTs sold on its platforms will not incur any additional fees for the parties involved. Of course, that doesn't mean that there are no fees. Purchases made within the Instagram app on Android and iOS operating systems are subject to applicable App Store's fees. Obviously, their setting is 30% on Apple App Store recently. And Instagram may be adding its own fees down the line. However, Pi told NFT Now that Meta has made a commitment to not charge any additional fees for selling digital collectibles until at least 2024. This point may cause some creators to worry. After all, Meta's previous statements indicate that it intends to take a massive cut of sales made on Horizon Worlds, its flagship metaverse product. With a significant focus on being placed on ensuring NFT integrations on its platforms are accessible, the fruits of Meta's NFT-driven initiatives may take some time to bloom, but when they do, we might see one of Web2's most important platforms growing into one of Web3's. Krugman said, Krugman, for one, is hopeful. The NFT community would be wise to understand how intertwined we are with social media. I think with our powers combined, we can create a more sustainable system for creators who work in interconnected online communities, he said. Cool. So, and there's some pictures there. Basically, yeah, you can buy and sell now with your Instagram, or going to be able to here rolling out. So how NFT transactions will look on the Instagram app. Obviously, it's got some interconnection with the MetaMask. Man, it's so crazy to think. Like, I was just talking with the devs of MetaMask. You know, we used to just talk like day in, day out. Some years ago about this and that, and then one guy actually moved like a couple cities over or something in my state, and so yeah, they're all doing their own thing now, right? It's awesome to see how far MetaMask has just climbed, and adapted to everything we all do. All right, let's see. We got that down. Let's go into the next piece of news here from Decrypt. NFT winter sales down in October, Ethereum and Solana. NFT winter isn't getting any warmer. Sales down another 25% in October. Both overall trading volume and total NFT sales shrank in October as the market continues to lose steam. This is from writer Andrew Hayward. In brief, overall NFTs sales volume and the number of NFTs sold in October setting monthly lows for 2022 per data from DApp Radar. Organic Solana NFT trading volume fell by half in October following September's Hype Utes launch and recent marketplace changes around creator royalties. The Hype Utes launch did not go well because they couldn't launch at all. It took them like 3 days or something to actually get the contract. Something was going on with it. Anyways, they finally launched, but I think it was too late at that point. Monday's buzzy Art Gobbler's NFT launch might have made a big splash, but data from October shows that it ultimately capped off a weak month for the overall market. Total trading volume and the number of NFTs sold both fell over the course of October per DApp Radar, and Solana trading falling by 50% and Ethereum losing steam as well. Overall, Solana NFT trading volume fell by 50% from $134 million in September to $67 million in October. According to the analytics platform data, Solana saw surging trading in September due in part to the launch of Utes NFT mint passes and momentum around the creator's previous DeGods project. DApp Radar senior blockchain analyst Pedro Herrera told Decrypt. However, there may be more reasons for Solana's declining trading activity in October. Moves by Magic Eden and other marketplaces to no longer require traders to pay creator royalties had an impact on enthusiasm in the Solana community. Meanwhile, the rise of NFTs on rival new platform Aptos appeared to draw some liquidity from the Solana marketplace. DApp Radar's data removes suspected wash trades. That is, when someone sells an NFT between their own controlled wallets that greatly elevate prices to try and game a token rewards model or help an NFT project gain increased visibility. Magic Eden experienced a rush of wash trading after making creator royalties optional and removing its own marketplace fee as well. Herrera said that Solana's October trading volumes tally suggests another market consolidation phase for NFTs on the platform and is more or less in line with July and August trading figures ahead of September's pop in activity. So for the Ethereum moves, Ethereum trading volume also sank in October, although not nearly to the same degree as Solana. DApp Radar's data points to about $515 million worth of total Ethereum NFT trading across marketplaces, down from just over $687 million in September. However, there's a notable gap in the data, as DApp Radar has yet to start tracking trading volume from Blur, a new paradigm-backed marketplace that launched in September. A dashboard on data platform Dune points to about 24,765 ETH worth of October trading on Blur, which amounts to nearly 39.3 million based on the end of month ETH month price from CoinGecko. Let's see here. How much is left here? Adding a Blur figure to DApp Radar's total from the rest of the NFT market in October yields a total approximately $702 million worth of NFT trades for the month, down from almost 25% from DApp Radar's updated overall market tally of $931 million in September. Both figures were down dramatically from earlier this year when the market produced $5.36 billion worth of organic trading volume in January and continued to reach multi-billion tallies through May. However, after the cryptocurrency market crashed in May, the NFT space followed suit with falling prices for assets along with diminishing trading volume. While Ethereum trading, NFT trading is on top marketplace, so OpenSea dipped about 12% in October from nearly $356 million to just over $313 million. Organic trading on X2Y2, that is with wash trades removed, dropped 39% from $297 million to just under $182 million. I kind of want to stop reading these numbers back and forth. Well, let's just close it out, right, for this. Blur added about 175,000 NFT sales in October on top of that tally per Dune, but that combined total is still a far cry from the number of sales registered in September. It's a nearly 26% drop, By DApp Radar's count, that makes October the lowest month in 2022 so far for number of NFT sales, trailing August with 7.3 million sales. The top NFT projects in October, based on data from analytics platform CryptoSlam, include blue chip Ethereum mainstays like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, Sorare, CryptoPunk's long-running NFT game Gods Unchained, with runs on Ethereum scaling network Immutable X, and also a surge in trading activity in October amid a promotion with retailer GameStop. I never really started playing Gods Unchained, you know? I don't know why. Maybe I should get into it instead of, I don't know, we'll see. It's been around for like 3-4 years now, almost 5. Something like that. So this next article, let's go into the next article here. Rick and Morty co-creators, Rick and Morty, man, try this one more time. Rick and Morty co-creators NFT collection sees $14 million in trade volume hours after mint. The project aims to create a decentralized art ecosystem using NFTs and complex tokenomics. Another day, another buzzy non-fungible token NFT mint, this time for Art Gobblers, a collection created by television director and voice actor Justin Roiland with backing from Web3 venture firm Paradigm. Roiland is the co-creator of the animated comedy show Rick and Morty, which is especially popular among the crypto native crowd. The collection, which was free to mint so far, has seen over 6,900 ETH, around $15 million in trade volume since minting hours ago on Monday night, according to data from the new NFT marketplace Blur. Art Gobblers stated a goal is to create a decentralized art factory using a combination of NFTs, a GOO token, and a community collaboration. How it works. Each of the collection's 2,000 NFTs are meant to function as own on-chain transferable art galleries. Owners of the NFTs can digest artwork created on the project's websites to add to their art bellies, which become curated collections that are also transferable. Art can be minted using an ERC20 token called GOO, which is earned by holding gobblers. The tokenomics get a bit complex after earning GOO. Holders can create pages, which are NFTs that act as blank canvases to either digest, trade, or laminate with custom artwork. The art reveal for the NFTs is slated for Tuesday, but holders and non-holders can create off-chain art on the project's website as a preview of what's to come, which I was definitely doing. That was fun. At the time of writing, the collection has an impressive 11 ETH, around 17,000 floor price, according to the aggregated. It's most definitely, I think it's higher than that now, actually, from this article. In less than 1 day of trading, the collection has already on top 10 of October sales volume, according to the data from OpenSea. Yeah, most definitely. Rick and Morty co-creators NFT collection sees $14 million in trade volume just hours after the mints. Next one, Cointelegraph. Nifty news, GameStop market goes live, Hong Kong's NFT concept, and more. The Web3 offering from GameStop sees the official launch of its NFT market, and Hong Kong government is testing a proof of concept NFT at a convention. The non-fungible token NFT marketplace for American video game retailer GameStop has officially gone live on Ethereum Layer 2 blockchain Immutable X as part of the latest Web3 push from the gaming retailer. The pair first partnered in February to build the marketplace, offering a $100 million grant for NFT content creators and tech developers before a public beta of the NFT marketplace debuted in July. With the October 31st announcement of the full launch, GameStop's market will allow for popular Web3 games on Immutable X, such as the role-playing game Illuvium and Gods Unchained, to be accessed by users. GameStop has worked to launch a series of Web3-powered products over the past year, with a beta self-custody crypto wallet released in May that integrates with its NFT marketplace. In March, the retailer also launched its first beta NFT marketplace on Loopring, an Ethereum-based Layer 2 protocol. Most recently, in September, GameStop announced a partnership with FTX US aimed at bringing more customers to crypto and working together on e-commerce and online marketing initiatives. Hong Kong's proof-of-concept NFTs. The Hong Kong government on October 31st released a policy statement that set out to its stance on virtual assets and detailed its related pilot projects, one of which involved NFTs. Its NFT-based project is a proof of concept to promote the usage of NFTs with the Government Financial Services and Treasury Bureau (FSTB) and Foreign Investment Department Invest HK issuing NFTs at their flagship Hong Kong FinTech Week event. The NFT serves as a proof of attendance for the conference goers, with the statement saying it's a digital badge and memento using blockchain technology in a celebration of their participation. The NFT can also be used to create an augmented reality AR avatar to experience the metaverse while at the event, and holders will receive a discount on tickets for the event in 2023. Although it's not mentioned that what blockchain NFTs are minted on, they can be stored in a crypto wallet for those who are without a wallet that can be stored as what the statement calls an NFT to be, with a user storing it on an email address until they can create a digital wallet. Hong Kong FinTech Week kicked off on October 31st and sees speakers from a range of Web3 firms, including Yatsio, co-founder of Animoca Brands, Sam Bankman-Fried, co-founder of FTX, and Sebastian Borgat, co-founder of the Sandbox Metaverse, and others. Art Gobblers makes over 20. Okay, yeah, so that's that. Nifty news: GameStop NFT market goes live, Hong Kong's NFT concept, and more. Kind of read a little bit extra, but yeah, let's go. Mainly it's just about the GameStop marketplace. This next article is from CoinDesk: How Artists Can Raise Money for Social Causes with NFTs. From coming up with the idea for your project to fostering community, here's what you need to know. This is from Megan DeMatteo, writer for CoinDesk. A common thread that ties the artist community together is the willingness to give back. The same is true for many creators of non-fungible token NFT projects such as Beeple, those whose work reportedly raised $6 million for the Open Earth Foundation, an artist-led, I think it was more than $6 million. I don't know. The artist-led NFT communities like Cowgirl DAO, which reportedly donated more than $70,000 for abortion access organizations this year. Web3 is unlocking a new set of tools that enable artists to build compounding online support and around shared values. We raised $30,000 in minutes, said Cowgirl DAO founder Molly Dixon of her inaugural NFT drop, Computer Cowgirls. That kind of immediacy, said Dixon, would not have been possible if I was just shilling prints to my friends and families to raise money. Dixon launched a second NFT collection earlier this year in response to a leak from the U.S. Supreme Court indicating that Roe v. Wade, the landmark ruling that recognized the right to abortion, would likely be overturned. The collection earned some $44,000 for Fund Texas Choice, a nonprofit organization that covers travel accommodations for out-of-state abortions. Revenue from secondary sales continue to grow. If you're a creator interested in raising funds for social causes through an NFT project, here are some tips to get from those who have successfully raised money for their part. So first is getting started. According to those who have navigated NFT fundraising, get this KuCoin thing off there. For those who have navigated NFT fundraising efforts, the first step to a successful launch: coming up with your concept. Current events, social justice issues, and personal connections may serve as an inspiration for your collection. My focus is always on using art as a tool for storytelling, especially BIPOC stories about women's rights and girls' education, said Maliha Abidi, artist and founder of Women Rise NFTs. That's what I will continue to do no matter what space I enter. Women Rise, a profile picture PFP NFT collection featuring colorful artwork, highlights diversity among women globally. The project donated approximately $120,000 to organizations supporting girls' education, including the Malala Fund, founded by Nobel laureate and education advocate Malala. Industry experts add that it's important to consider practical questions too, such as whether you want your collection to be PFP focused like Women Rise, one of artwork, or an entirely unique collection. For example, each NFT in the Computer Cowgirls collection was assembled by Dixon individually rather than by using a computer algorithm. And so launching the project after their work, generating buzz in your community is key to raising awareness, while marketing tactics. You know what? I don't really want to read this so much because it's like all this crap like is just create a buzz, talk about it. But to be honest, like it's like I'll give you the honest answer. It's a grind to launch an NFT project. It is no small trick. They're kind of making it like this is like a flowery walk in the park and you can create some buzz and stuff like that. But this is not it. You're going to have to like sit on spaces. You're going to be like there like 8 hours a day. You know, then you got to talk with your team, your dev team, your website builder team, your really smart contract team. You know, if you're the artist, if you have an artist, if you're just an like a founder, it is daunting. It is very daunting from start to finish to do an NFT collection. One that you're really trying to get an initiative and a message across for that is social causes. Because I tell you what, it's like you have to be core to your belief of why you're doing an NFT project, and don't make the core. I mean, you can make the core the social cause, especially if you are integrating systematically with the social cause or an entity that's together and knows, you two are working together like that for its social cause, a charitable organization directly, for example. But and you'll get people like I'm kind of looking at this article. You will get people just saying that you're gonna fail. Trying to get you to doubt yourself, doubt what you're doing, and you can't. And that's what this space in reality is, and next to a massive inflation of just NFT that's maybe just solely art based and things that just people are pumping and trading and stuff like that. Excuse me. In the midst of your social cause NFT project, that they're not going to care about your social cause because a lot of people are just trading these NFTs to compound ETH, and they will trade your NFT collection either way if it's liquid, and then they'll leave it on the ground after, and that will help somewhat raise compounded ETH to your project so you can bring it forth, especially if you're following like a low mint cost entry or a free mint meta to then pick up things afterwards, and your team has a certain amount to catalyst and sell against for this social cause even further. But I'm saying, attracting donors. Yeah, okay, let's attract some donors. It's a skeleton marketplace right now. Everyone left. NFT holders may find satisfaction in there's still a lot of money coming in. So don't get me wrong. You still have the ability to definitely raise a social cause amount of compounded ETH. Most definitely. Community meetups, you just have to be present. And right now you have to be like, not even 110% present. You have to be like 200% present. Burn out. It's going to burn out. Like I've done it. I've been there several times over, and you burn out. And if you can keep going after burning out, more power to, not advice, take care and be an IRL and touch grass and do what's healthiest for yourself. But I burn out in the space, and I know how to keep going by burning out, but with due diligence of work and competent work and knowing when to rest through being burned out. Particularly if a project has embedded rarity traits into the collection, owning a coveted piece of artwork can also be a motivating factor for seasoned collectors, right? That's what this says here. So yeah, there's still positive. I love this article and what it's saying. It's just there's a lot here that, I want to see some black and white. Artists who want to form a decentralized autonomous organization. I'm not going to go into DAOs. If you're thinking about doing an art collection, I'm not going to talk with you about DAOs. We'll talk about DAOs eventually. Ask me in the comments. What is DAO? Throw it in there. I'll answer your comments in the YouTube channel if you want to think about DAOs. But that's not the first thing you need to be thinking about. Some DAOs launch first and then do an NFT collection, but be versed on DAOs. It's a whole different thing. If you're launching a social cause project, yeah, do it through some really awesome artwork. Like here, I wanted a women rise with the crystal background trait for literally 8 months. Today, someone was silly enough to leave this beauty on the floor, snatched her up immediately. So, this person's been waiting 8 months to get one with a crystal background. That's just the power of demand, that people just looking to collect it. They're not even thinking about your social cause. They're thinking about the crystal background and the PFP they want to rock on Twitter and eventually on Instagram, all this stuff. on NFT. I know I gotta get a NFT screen up here, right? Because an art screen, so you can change the art on the screen. You don't even have to have a real painting on the wall. There, you can have the painting digitally right there. It can be someone who really painted a painting and put it into an NFT, and then digitally is right there. And the painting is actually nice and safe and rolled up in a tube or in a flat canvas storage type folder. Yeah, I will read this. Legal considerations. Launching an NFT project comes with many legal considerations, especially when you add elements of fundraising. First, there needs to be careful navigation around payment structures. Dixon and Cowgirls DAO set up the appropriate structures through endowment, a tax-exempt nonprofit that facilitates crypto donations to charitable organizations. The Ethereum-based platform enables donors to connect a crypto wallet and donate almost any crypto or a digital asset, which is then exchanged into USDC, a stablecoin pegged to the US dollar, via the decentralized exchange Uniswap and deposited into a selected funds smart contract. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at this. We heard it, right? This isn't blockchain tech and finance news anymore. This is blockchain tech and finance, and we're reading the news. Let's go into the next article here. But yeah, I mean, I like this article. It's great, but I just wanted to throw in the black and white. And also, we're moving a little quickly today. So definitely all these articles will be on the recap on the YouTube side. You can read through on your own due diligence and research more like that. And also throw your comments in there. What kind of news articles you'd like to see here? If I'm missing something that you find important, I'll read it on the next news. The corporate metaverse can't compete. Yeah, throw it in the chats and stuff like that. See you there in the chat. So this next from Vice. Motherboard Tech by Vice, writer Samantha Cole. The corporate metaverse can't compete. The metaverse can't succeed if no one wants to be there, which Meta and other big metaverses seemingly don't yet understand. Actually, you know what? I have to jump into the Sandbox Gucci vault that just opened up before that thing closes to participate there, because there's a bunch of things to earn in the Gucci vault in Sandbox metaverse that's NFT based. I'll just hold them. I'll just hold them for years, you know, whatever it is that's earned or something like that, some sand. I don't really know. Just like tokens and NFT just crammed into different wallets over the years. I recently spent part of my afternoon throwing giant Wendy's Baconators at a basketball hoop, and no one was there to see it. I mean, maybe you could live stream it or something, you know, we can watch it after. When I entered the Buck Biscuit Dome, a low poly stadium shaped like a giant burger, one of the many mostly barren worlds to visit in Meta's Horizon Worlds. I've never even heard of Meta's Horizon Worlds. Oh, this is Meta. Oh, okay. I don't know. I haven't even tried it, right? And saw that no one was there. I wasn't surprised. Recent reports revealed that Meta is bleeding users by the hundreds of thousands, and that the company can't even get its own employees to hang out in its virtual reality metaverse. Guys, you got to go to work. You got to go to work in the metaverse. If you're not there, you're fired. Or you're gonna get I don't know, suspension from work. You know, if you can't put on that VR headset and be at your meeting, at the same table you're already sitting at with the same people. You just don't need to look at them, so you can look at each other in bubbly cartoon colors. As I walked into the stadium, or maybe someone's a dragon, and picked up the Baconator waiting for me, the emptiness allowed my mind to wander. How rare and precious it is these days of constant noise to be really alone online, I thought, to fling air balls at a cartoon hoop in peace. You know what I would find funny is if, like, you could be at a meeting, you could be at a meeting with your boss, and eventually, hold on a second. Airplane just flew over in here. It would be funny if you're like boss, y'all could like have like a little like metaverse game going where the boss is doing the meeting, but you all vote like whatever or something interface of like what kind of skin your boss should be. So then like it makes like the meeting a little more fun. And you know, your boss is keeping a straight face talking. You guys got to keep a straight face talking, obviously, and be quiet and listen to your boss talk in a meeting and whatever's going on the notes and minutes, things. But then you like looking at your boss, look like, you know, you turn him into like a toilet skin or something. You can just like keep flushing him down, flushing him down the toilet or something. I think that'd be fun. Let's do that in the metaverse. Change your boss into whatever skin you want by voting together. Um, Make it a DAO vote. And then turn the secretary into a plunger. And you just got your meetings just like the boss, toilet, and you know the secretary plunging the toilet. And meeting's done. The Biscuit Dome is an abandoned relic of Wendy's brand activation. Digital litter left from a 1-month Mark Madness themed event earlier this year, but it's emblematic of what many corporations seemingly think that the metaverse is for pricey ads that might draw a few eyes at first and then fritter off into forgettable detritus. Brands like Absolute Vodka, Balenciaga, and Prada are staking their claims on the metaverse, but compared to popular virtual social platforms, vibrant active spaces in VR chat, Rec Room, Roblox, or even still thriving 19-year-old Second Life, these glorified billboards are sad comparisons. At the 1990 SIGGRAPH conference for computer graphics and interactivity, where he appeared on a panel titled Hip, Hype, and Hope, the three faces of virtual worlds, John Perry Barlow, a co-founder of the Electronic Frontier Foundation, was quoted as saying that bullshit is the grease for the skids upon which we ride into the future. As we watch Mark Zuckerberg click his avatar's heels to show his virtual legs that don't exist yet. So basically what this means, I want to stop right there because it's saying it right there as well. But, bullshit is the grease for the skids upon which we ride into the future. So basically anything we're building right here, we tell people all these things. We got all these product ideas. It's going to do this. It's going to do that. It's going to succeed this for the industry. It makes sense to be a utility. This is why it should build, because it succeeds this in the world. I mean, it's basically just words. It's not real. It's the bullshit. It's the words are bullshit. It's the bullshit. It's the grease for the product to actually slide into the future to become something real. But basically, we're just selling bullshit to people all day long of a concept product that's empty and not even built, and then it becomes built and it becomes real. Then it becomes the future. Right. Yeah. So. Let's see. Avatar's here to show off his virtual legs that don't exist yet, and people clamor to pay too much money grabbing virtual land to immediately recreate entrenched landlord-tenant structures and financialized real estate. It's just so funny what I'm watching with this stuff. Everything about the new metaverse hype seems to be riding that grease. Corporations like Meta, I mean, it's serious. It's a serious thing. I mean, you can get a lot done, in a business-centric way that you maybe weren't able to in an IRL outside of a metaverse way. Taxis and buses and calls and now you're just at home. You put on the VR headset and you're there. Boom, meeting done. Boss being plundered by secretary. Voted skin. Let's go. Clearly, it isn't working. In the recent earnings report, Meta's Reality Labs unit, which operates its metaverse and virtual reality projects, report an almost 50% decline in revenue in its operating loss of $3.7 billion in the last year. Meanwhile, virtual social spaces like Roblox, VR Chat, Rec Room, and Second Life already have loyal, active, creative user bases. People who were involved in these successful spaces told Motherboard that modern pushes toward a corporatized metaverse are missing. What even is the metaverse? It's open. I'm not going to read about what even a metaverse is. I mean, come on. I read it out here every day about what, and we're hearing it. It's being crammed down our brain. This is so long. Again, I have all these articles on the recap, but I mean, the point here is the corporate metaverse can't compete. And again, this is a really long article, and I really want to be fair to this stream and what's going on here, that all of these article links will be on the description box below on the YouTube video here, recap. Because, yeah, this just has a lot of information on it, and it's probably a lot of great information. Domestic, I'll read this. Governance, moderation, and domestic risk of humans in your virtual store. So, yeah, I mean, metaverse is great for virtual reality. I think there's that there. Live construction of reality of where the magic happens, Rosdale said. Virtual storefronts. I've been in virtual storefronts, and it's awesome when you can walk around and look at products. And if it's in a metaverse and building, on land and Gucci opens up its store, and Prada opens up its store, and Sephora, and I don't know, the makeup brand stores and stuff. They're all like opening these stores on land, and someone's brokering that land, like renting out that land or something like that to some virtual space for this much, or they're going to delete your metaverse building off of their plot. Like, it's like you don't have to just kick out the you don't have to go through like court proceedings to kick out the tenant if they don't pay their ETH rent. You know, Balenciaga doesn't pay their ETH rent on their metaverse building they installed on your land. You just like click, you know, like right alt click delete, you know, you're building right off the land and everything with it that they spent all that money building it up for. You know, peace people. So I mean, you know, there goes more things in IRL we don't need. You know, we just build metaverse buildings and we're all sitting at home or something on our own land, real land, rather than having to drive places and waste gas and resources to buy vehicles and spend wasteless amounts of money on shit like Lamborghinis. Instead, we can spend all that wasteless amounts of money on virtual Lamborghinis. Let's go. There's just Roblox games that kids would enjoy, and live musical events with Gen Z artists. In L'Oreal's brand activation and Second Life, the company's placed replicas of its cosmetic products within an already popular user-generated world called Greenies. I've never even heard of this. Interesting. There's a YouTube video there, but I'm not going to play it. It looks super pixelated, and I'm sure if you got like a $10,000 PC, you can probably like get it looking snaggy. But who's got that, right? We're all like on like Walmart PCs. The Biscuit Dome. I'm sure those probably are working better and better also. I've never actually tried one. After I got tired of shooting burgers, I went to Meta's Horizon venues. I mean, this is just going on and on. Like, it's about... But I wanted to see like if there's some core points here. And it's probably in here. There are probably points in here of how the corporate world just can't compete right here. And I'm going to say this and close this part out. The corporate metaverse can't compete. Probably because like a lot of like small indie devs and indie studios can pop up, build a metaverse, has a strong community, a Web3 community or what have you, or whatever community they have that like that like they build something in a metaverse, or they're scooping up land in a metaverse, and then the corporate aficionados have to come in and try and buy them out from them, and then maybe they aren't moving or something like that but the metaverse is like a revenue place for these big corporate brands and entities to have that land acquired, and now they gotta like rent it or something like that. Anyways, there's a lot of speculation in here, a lot of cool information in here, but let's keep going. Yahoo Finance. Roblox partners Parsons Metaverse Curriculum. So they partner with Parsons on Metaverse Curriculum and a trend report. What are they going to do? School in Roblox? I don't know. The virtual stomping grounds for Gucci, Ralph Lauren, Givenchy, Tommy Hilfiger, Nike, blah, 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 is Roblox as a new fashion partner in the new school's Parsons School of Design in Manhattan, New York. All right, School of Designs. Okay, cool. Roblox and Parsons School of Design's new partnership brings a new metaverse elective course and now new research explaining why such classes are necessary. Roblox, the virtual stomping ground for Gucci, Ralph Lauren, Givenchy, Tommy Hilfiger, Nike, and more, has a new fashion partner in Parsons School of Design, the new school in New York City. So if you're thinking, wait, I've heard of Roblox, like Roblox is a metaverse. Well, yeah, I mean, Minecraft is a metaverse. It's not like the first, there's meta things and Decentraland and Sandbox. They're not the first metaverses, most definitely not. A tech platform and school design school announced its partnership on Tuesday with the release of a joint metaverse fashion trend report and the introduction of a new skills-based curriculum that equips students to recreate hyper-realistic 3D digital apparel. Parsons faculty worked with creative education and marketing executives from Roblox in the course collaboration, which debuts for the spring semester. Described as the new school's next wave of fashion design for Roblox, the 16-week course challenges future designers to explore the intricate relationship between digital and physical fashion, set an immersive future. According to the announcement, they will research and prototype both digital and physical fashion with proof-of-concept prototypes developed on the Roblox platform and eventually create retail experiences for their clothes and accessories at Parsons and in the Roblox avatar marketplace. So the story continues. A growing roster of design schools such as Instituto Marangoni, Miami, in Florida, and Polimoda in Florence, Italy, are focusing on metaversal fashion. Parsons was no stranger to virtual fashion either, having previously partnered with the Digital Fashion Group Academy in a digital fashion innovation specialization. This time, the course will also cover themes of inclusiveness as students apply technology to create looks to suit any body type. I mean, I just love my PUBG skins. That's about enough fashion I need. This time, the coursework will also cover themes of inclusiveness as students apply technology to create looks to suit any body. Okay, I read that part. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, what's the point here? I mean, are they anymore? They're partnering with Roblox. It's new school. Parsons School of Design is one of the world's leading institutions for art design and design education, while Roblox is at the forefront of immersive shared experiences that connect over 50 million people daily. And Christian Bailey, Roblox global head of licensing, the two share a desire to help inspire the future fashion professionals and designers. He added, it is critical that they have an understanding of best practices, technology, and trends in digital fashion design to address their current and future customer needs. And they'll probably, having something like this, like a course like this, a platform like this, will also allow critical thinking, like more innovation, more interesting launches, and that's core to technology and technological advancements from people being involved, digital fashion based. So I'm going to kind of leave it at that. Yeah, this article goes on and on and on, and there's probably awesome, great news in here. I'm going to have it in the description box below on the recap. Check it out, read through, do a lot of diligence, because yeah, you're going to be walking through and doing like designing here, looking like these avatars apparently. Let's go. You know what's up. Main point is here, Roblox partners with Parsons on Metaverse Curriculum Trend Report. This is from writer Adriana Lee for Yahoo Life. Yeah, I mean, let's kind of close this out. Let's see what's here. We got the Yahoo Finance, so in some finance news, the Fed expected to raise rates by 75 basis points and then lay the ground for a step down. The Federal Reserve is widely expected to raise the benchmark interest rates by 0.75 of a percentage point for the fourth meeting in a row on Wednesday after 2 days of Federal Open Market Committee meetings, which I'm basically this has occurred today. So it was from Jennifer Schonberger, sorry. Jennifer, writer for Yahoo Finance. And the Fed rates today. And I will cap that news and outcomes tomorrow on the morning news. We do expect Chair Jerome Powell to use the post-FOMC press conference to lay the ground for a step down in the pace of rate hikes. Michael Pierce, senior U.S. economist, Capital Economics, wrote in a note to clients he could do so by acknowledging the slowdown in the real economy already underway and emphasizing the lags between slowing economic activity and weakening price pressures. Some officials felt at the September meeting that central bank could slow the pace of rate hikes at some point and issue and access impacts of previous rate hikes of inflation, according to minutes from the meeting. San Francisco Fed, let's see, some key notes here. On the Fed rate hikes, data appeared to point to signs that domestic demand is being pushed down by higher interest rates. Final sales to private domestic purchasers, a measure of consumer and business spending used to assess underlying demand in the economy, inched up at 0.1% annual rate in the third quarter after rising 0.5% in the second quarter and 2.1% in the first quarter. Imports meanwhile fell in the third quarter by nearly 7%, pointing to a sluggish consumer spending. The job market is also cooling, with job openings falling sharply in August and the job quits rate trending lower, while fewer new jobs being minted on a monthly basis. Economists project that Friday's job report will show that 200,000 non-farm payrolls were created in October, a result that would be down from the 263,000 jobs created in September and down from the monthly average of 420,000 in 2022. There are also signs below the surface that inflationary pressures are easing. The employment cost index showed private wages and salaries rising by 1.2% in the third quarter, down from 1.6% in the second, pushing the annual growth rate down from 5.7% to 5.2%. The Fed is also aware of lags in the accounting of rents and the consumer price index, while rents and owners' equivalent rents continue to accelerate. In official CPI data, Apartment List, a private provider of rent data, showed rents declining in growth to 6% in October from a peak of 18%. So basically it's saying that is still too rapid for comfort, Pierce noted, but the direction of travel is clear and strongly suggests that a significant slowdown in CPI shelter inflation is eventually coming. Official measures of inflation aren't easing as quickly as officials hope. The Fed preferred measures of inflation, the price consumption expenditures index PCE, excluding volatile food and energy prices, rose by 5.1% in September and 6.2% on a headline basis. That's down from 7%, but still far from the Fed's 2% inflation target. And the consumer price index, excluding volatile food and energy prices, a stickier measure of inflation, rose by 6.6% in September, accelerating from 6.3% in August and 5.9% in July. The November FOMC meetings is not about the November policy rate decision. Bank of America analyst Michael Gapin wrote in a research note to clients. Instead, the meeting is about the future policy rate guidance and what to expect in December and beyond. The Fed is projecting interest rates will need to rise between 4.5% and 5% next year to bring inflation down toward the central bank's 2% goal. Once the policy rate reaches that the Fed feels is a sufficiently restrictive level, they would maintain that level for some time until there was compelling evidence that inflation was on course to return to 2%. PCE and GDP data all points towards the direction of the slowdown, down to 50 basis points for the December meeting. Wilmington Trust chief economist Luke Tilley told Yahoo Finance there's even the possibility of slowing down more to 25 basis points depending on the data. I expect language from Chair Powell that guides markets toward a slowdown. All right, that's that there. I didn't read everything, but I skimmed through, kind of getting the most important aspects here for what's going. And we're going to keep continuing this coverage there. Fed expected to, again, raise rates by 75 basis points and then lay the ground for a step down. All right, let's see. Cyclone absences threatens dull Hong Kong finance meeting. So tropical storm and absence of VIP guests have cast a shadow over the financial conference, meant to help Hong Kong restore its image as a financial hub and destination for business travel. The first major conference since the city lifted COVID-19 quarantine restrictions was due to begin Wednesday, but at least 4 top executives from institutions, including the CEOs from Citigroup and Barclays, who have been expected to attend the Global Financial Leaders Investment Summit, were dropping out. The Hong Kong Observatory forecasts that tropical storm Nalgae would likely bring torrential rains as it passes 200 kilometers, 120 miles into to the southwest, and further bad news for organizers of the meeting. At least 4 top finance executives initially slated to attend the conference this week have dropped out. They include Blackstone President Jonathan Gray, Citigroup's CEO, and the CEO of Barclays scrapped the plans to go. Gray was slated to speak in a panel on global uncertainty, while Fraser was supposed to discuss sustainable finance. I mean, come on, where's the metaverse? Why are you flying to Hong Kong when we Meta's hemorrhaging billions of dollars? Well, go use the metaverse then, and it won't hemorrhage billions of dollars by using it. That's how you get active users in it. You don't need to fly to Hong Kong, risk a freaking tropical storm. Just set up a metaverse stage. Everyone's there in the metaverse. Why is it that you can have like huge parties with Travis Scott and Ozzy Osbourne and all these like rock stars in metaverses and in Fortnite and stuff like that, but you can't get fucking business people to fly to instead of flying to Hong Kong, to sit in a metaverse together and talk, and then they got to drop out. So now there's no discussion. There's no meeting. There's nothing going on. I don't know. I guess entertainment culture has more intelligence than business executives. If we can't fly there, There's no meeting. No, we're not gonna talk about anything. We'll save it for another year. And another year, you know, is a year gone and everything gone down the tube and nothing's figured out because you can't jump into a metaverse. Oh my good lord, man. The city's, you know, all right. There's strong winds. There's this hurricane is hindering this. This goes on and on and on. It talks forever about, you know, the former British colony is due to hold Hong Kong Sevens rugby tournament. And it just goes on and on about rugby tournaments and stuff. You know. Yes. I don't even know where this article is going, but you know, the cyclone absences threaten to dull Hong Kong finance meeting. And I was talking about this Hong Kong finance meeting in a prior news. Oh, sorry, I don't read sorry, not the news, but Blockchain Tech and Finance, where we read the news. Video. All right, I got 3 articles I'm going to note from here and close this stream out. This is definitely a longer stream, but let's go right on into it. There's a bunch of cool stuff going on, right? Japan's stealth yen intervention aims for maximum impact from the finance minister Tetsushi Kajimoto and Leika Kihara, writers for Reuters. Japan spent record $43 billion in October to prop up the yen. Not seen that since the 1990s. 1998, I thought it was. I don't know. I've been following this and covering this. Yen moving in range below 150 yen to DLR since intervention. Suzuki warns about risk of assessing yen weakening. BOJ's Kuroda repeats pledge to keep ultra low rates. November 1st, Reuters, Japan currency interventions have been stealth operations in order to maximize the effects of its forays into the market. Finance Minister Shonichi Suzuki said on Tuesday, after the government spent a record $43 billion supporting the yen last month. They're basically buying their yen back. Japan, I think they were using US dollars, catalysted to buy their own yen. Bank of Japan Governor Haruhiko Kuroda, however, reiterated the central bank's resolve to keep interest rates ultra low, indicating that the yen's broad downturn could continue. I think they also talked about doing a cryptocurrency, a virtual yen. Japanese officials remain tight-lipped on exactly when they intervene in the market in October. Full details of their actions will not be available until quarterly intervention data is published. The July-September data is expected to be released earlier this month. There are times when we announce intervention right after we do it, and there are times when we don't, Suzuki told a news conference on Tuesday. We are doing this to maximize effects to smooth sharp currency fluctuations. The finance minister repeated his warning to authorities are closely watching market moves and will not tolerate excessive currency moves driven by speculative trading. I mean, yeah, I was thinking about this too. Like, the yen's sliding and they're buying it back. Oh, this is a good time for me to go buy the yen. And it creates speculative trading on the yen. That's for sure. I haven't participated in that, but most definitely I've been seeing the yen go up and down. As it always is. Japan spent 6.35 trillion yen, $42.7 billion on currency intervention in October to prop up the yen. Data showed on Monday, leaving investors keen for clues about how much further the authorities might step in to soften the yen's sharp fall. I mean, yeah, as forex traders, you're like, oh, gee, buybacks on the yen? Let's go. A steep drop. Forget the Canadian dollar, forget the euro, forget the blah, whatever. Let's go yen. Steep drop in the yen to a 32-year low of 151.94 to the dollar on October 21st, so you can get this much yen to the dollar. They likely triggered the intervention, which was followed by another round on October 24th in September when Japan conducted its first yen buying intervention since 1998. Authorities intermediately confirmed they had stepped in. Since October 21st intervention, the yen has been moving in a range below the psychologically important threshold of 150 yen versus the dollar. On Tuesday, the Japanese currency was changing hands at 148.7 per dollar, little change from the previous session. While the possibility of another round of currency intervention is keeping yen bears at bay for now, investors are bracing for more volatility ahead of closely watched U.S. Federal Reserve policy meeting that ends on Wednesday. I mean, there's got to be a floor to the yen. The Fed is widely expected to raise rates by 75 basis points for a third straight time while debating when to downshift to smaller rate hikes to avoid spending sending the economy into a tailspin. All right, let's start. Japan's economy is still in the midst of recovering from the coronavirus pandemic attacks. There's one note there. Kuroda brushed aside criticism, raising some politicians that BOJ's resolve to maintain an ultra-use policy was inconsistent with the government's efforts to curb the yen's fall, and our policy and the government and that of the government complement each other. Kuroda said, "There's no doubt the BOJ needs to cooperate closely with the government." So at the time of writing this, $1 equals 148.61 yen. Japan's stealth yen intervention aims for maximum impact. And I'm going to be following the yen continuously, most definitely. 2 more articles here. I'm going to just kind of skim through them real briefly and close out the stream for the day. Let's go. Wolfgang Puck, food inflation has gotten out of control. Wolfgang Puck says the luxury dining industry is feeling the pinch of inflation. I mean, yeah, milk and eggs are expensive. Now, buy some chickens instead. Get a cow. In a recent interview with Yahoo Finance, the world-renowned chef restaurator broke it down point blank, saying some of this thing has gotten out of control. The average cost now in our restaurants is for food is up 50%, which is a lot. Adding that some other costs like equipment to prepare the food are also on the rise. I bought the other day cutting boards, for example. For one restaurant, I bought 12 cutting boards. I spent $1,500, and then a week later, it went out to $2,000, Puck explained. In general, Americans are feeling the pinch. The overall food cost is up 11.2% compared to last year, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS September Consumer Price Index, CPI, while the food at home category groceries was up 13% year over year, and food away from home increased by 8.5%. Maybe if it becomes more expensive, we won't waste it as much. For restaurators, though, I never heard that word before. The cost of food is only the tip of the iceberg. Wolfgang Puck says the cost to upkeep the dozens of restaurants, bars, and lounges under the Wolfgang Puck Fine Dining Group umbrella cost more now. Forget about it. If there's something to repair in a restaurant, just get somebody to come fix your stove or your refrigerator. It costs a fortune, so everything has gotten up, Puck says. Yeah, so here's some notes here, and here's some graphing on the charting. This article goes on with some more notes, and let's at the outro. Despite inflation up 8.2% last month, the chef believes the luxury segment is still there. People still have money to spend, he said. Maybe they go out less, maybe, but not that much, really. I know in Las Vegas, we have restaurants in Las Vegas. It's booming. It's better than ever. And I'm sure the hotels, the gaming is doing better than ever. And because we get the customers, if they lose enough money, jokingly he had, they have to eat to drink. All right. Wolfgang Puck. Food inflation has gotten out of control. And it really has, in all seriousness. Get the chicken, buy the cow. Learn to milk and suck eggs. I don't know. Itaewon crush. First emergency call came hours before crush. This is from Global News. I'm going to close out the stream for the day. By Jonathan Head and Tessa Wong, writer for BBC News in Seoul. The first call to police from Itaewon came several hours before the deadly crush took place. The caller to South Korea's 112 emergency number said that they were on the main street in an alley next to the Hamilton Hotel was becoming dangerously crowded. The alley is really dangerous right now. People are going up and down, so people can't come down, and people keep coming up. It's going to be crushed. I barely got out, but it's too crowded. I think you should control it, the caller said. The police officer asked if the caller meant that people weren't flowing well, that they got crushed and fall. And then there's going to be a big accident. Yes, the caller responded. This is so chilling right now. So there's a what occurred here was there was a tragic incident of a crowd basically running over other people. 150 people were inherently stampeded and did not make it. That was the first of at least 10 calls to police in the capital Seoul over the next 3 hours on Saturday. But that night, local residents say the police presence was wholly inadequate. Yeah, I did hear that. They needed to respond better. Mounting evidence, experts in a series of official apologies point toward glaring failures. Local officials and police were simply not prepared for the crowds that had gathered and struggled to manage them once they were there. They weren't there soon enough, I guess that's what it's saying. Earlier, even with the calls. Earlier on Tuesday, South Korea's chief police said that their emergency response was inadequate, the first acknowledgement from officials that they did not do enough to prevent it. By some estimates, hundreds of thousands of people had descended on Itaewon, popular for its nightlife, to celebrate Halloween. It was a startling number event for the usually busy, even for the usually busy neighborhood. So someone who lives 2 blocks behind the main street and about 300 meters from the crush happened. She tried to go out between 2100 and 2200 local time, but the crowd in her street was so dense she could not move. Frightened, she retreated to her home. Probably rightly so. A restaurant owner who returned home at 2200 local time said he could not even exit from Itaewon Station because it was so crowded, so he went to a different station and circled back home. Another woman, a money changer who was selling flowers for people to lay down at the makeshift shrine to the victims, and say she saw a few police officers' attempts to organize the crowd were being made earlier in the evening by local volunteers, she said, not the police. She also said that the local business association had requested help from the police last week in dealing with crowds at the weekend, but it did not get it. We now know that there were 2 meetings held by the local council. The first was with local police, the local subway station chief, and Association of Local Business on October 26th. There was a second meeting the following day, just among council staff members to discuss how to handle the Halloween festivities and the weekend. According to the Yongsan District website, they discussed COVID quarantine measures, inspection of food vendors, safety at big venues and subway stations, rubbish collection, and illegal parking. The district mayor, Park Hee-young, said on October 27th, "This is the first Halloween in 3 years without social distancing. We will do everything we can to ensure the safety of residents as we are concerned about the renewed spread of COVID-19, drug incidents, and other accidents." There's no evidence that anyone raised or discussed possible crowd control problems in either meeting. Yeah, this kind of articles goes on for a long time. So what I want to iterate in importance, because we know what happened here, right? We have to keep talking like it about narrative. I'll have this article on the recap, but the Yongsan police have also said that local business asked them not to control the crowds at the weekend to avoid reducing their customers. The local business associations had denied this. So, yeah, okay. Well, maybe the police needs to be quiet now and just do the job better. But it seems clear that the police did not undertake even the simplest crowd control measures found in other places. So I want to go on to this. This is a bit upsetting. No one is controlling right now, the caller said. The police has to control this. You should let people out first and then let people in. People keep pouring in, but they can't get out. So that was the caller, right? And so that's something to note from, and do this right next time. Safety tips in overcrowded situations. The following advice for if they're going to keep doing Halloween events like that, or anywhere, I guess. So this is why I want to read this and close out the stream for the day. Safety tips in overcrowded situations. The following advice from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control. Keep your hands in front of your chest like a boxer. Try to maintain firm footing. Try to stay on your feet. Don't resist the force of the crowd. When there's a lull in movement, work your way diagonally to the edge of the crowd. If you fall down, protect yourself by curling into a ball. Stay calm and get up as soon as you can. More generally, crowd control experts also advise people to try to stay upright and reserve their energy. Focus on getting air. That's what I was about to say. Focus on your breath work. Focus on getting air and try to save your breath. In a crowd, the heat and weight of bodies pressing against you will make it hard for you to breathe. Save your oxygen. Don't waste it screaming unless you have to. All right. So that's some important aspects on the tips of safety in overcrowded situations. Listen, I will have all of these article recaps on the YouTube side so you can read through and research at your own due diligence. Again, if you're on the YouTube side, please do subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. Here to Blockchain Tech and Finance with me, your host, KinToshi. I'll see you back tomorrow. I'll have the morning news articles to read from, and we'll keep going. Again, this is Blockchain Tech and Finance, not Blockchain Tech and Finance news, but just a place where we read the news and we can discuss. And you can leave your comments. We can chat live here and just, really talk about what's going on here. Again, have a great and safe day, night, morning, wherever in the world you are. Peace be with you. Onomashigas. God bless your kind hearts. Practice religion, race, creed. We're all one race, the human race, all together. Let's go. Have a great and safe time in life. Cheers.